No Santana for our next guest?
Uh-oh.
Bill Santana Li is up here. Can we please pick this up properly, gentlemen?
Oh, boy.
Come on.
Smooth.
Oh, boy.
Come on, smooth.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Santana Li, the president of Knightscope. See, man, this is all, you got to get in studio. Get this COVID over. Nice job. How are you, Bill? Good to see you.
I'm doing all right.
Hey, big announcement this morning, and I had. It's funny because when you had texted me, I had already digested the news at right at the open. At, I think honestly like 6:37. Markets open at 6:30. I'm on radio in the morning early, so we're already doing it. And then had already made a couple of phone calls out there. But man, what a great press release about your acquisition. I'm not gonna tell. I'm gonna let you say the whole thing. And I think exponentially this is going to be a really great thing for you guys.
Yeah, I'm super excited. So maybe a couple points. One, criminals and terrorists pretty much can be anywhere. Mm-hmm. And if we want to make the U.S. a safer country in the world, Knightscope has to be everywhere.
Yeah.
And our announced acquisition this morning of Case Emergency Systems that has 7,000 devices across the country gives us a really strong accelerator for us to continue to add new capabilities and technologies for public safety.
Let's talk about the devices. Let's talk about how that feeds into your existing sort of infrastructure there.
Yeah, I think one thing we need is we need an upgrade for public safety. Mm-hmm. And what we want to do is take our artificial intelligence, machine learning capabilities, and everything that we've proven with our mobile robots to give officers and guards eyes and ears in multiple locations at the same time. So what we view the Case brings to the table is an awesome client list from the federal government to major airports, municipalities, huge educational institutions. And if we can work hand in hand with our incoming new clients to upgrade all their systems, we can kind of accelerate the process, and that's the exciting part.
I'm going to talk about the town hall coming up here tomorrow night, but before we talk about that, let's talk. I had a couple emails.
You should be on the town hall, Sully. Why don't you come over?
I should. What time? It starts at what? It's like 5 p.m. Pacific?
5 o'clock Pacific tomorrow.
Well, you know what you know what matters, Bill. I love you more than my parents, but Padres are playing the Dodgers for the divisional series. So actually, I could probably do it. Let's talk after the show because I'd love to help you with it. Hey, listen,
that'd be awesome.
I have a question for you because I got emails last time you were on the air, and that is what happens if. And let's get away from the acquisitions for 1 second. Let's go back to your units here because you have you're out to make U.S. the safest country in the world with our law enforcement robots, so to speak. The technologies are giving you're giving real-time actionable data that effectively capture criminals. What happens if somebody tries to drive a truck into that thing or tries to knock it over? I'm assuming that is automatically connected to the fastest law enforcement or the closest law enforcement that is closest to the device, correct?
So two answers for you. The first one is if it wasn't a robot, you wouldn't ask me that question, right? If there was a motorcycle on the side of the road or a cop car or a fence or I don't know, a camera or something, like how's it going to defend itself?
Right.
These are tools.
That's a great point.
Second, typically we have all the evidence to prosecute to the fullest extent of the law. We have and will continue to do so. We've probably put maybe half a dozen people behind bars for messing with the robots, and people over time will start realizing like, hey, we probably shouldn't graffiti the cop car, and we probably shouldn't kind of mess with the cop motorcycle. Like maybe we should leave the security robot alone.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's go back to this. This is really great. You guys are now engaging your supporters by way of a town hall tomorrow night, 5 o'clock Pacific time. That's October 12th. And there's lots of information on how you can get out there. I can put it up on our website. You can go to knightscope.com and get it to your website. But talk about what the intention is here and such regarding this acquisition.
We were lucky to have nearly, I guess, over 35,000 investors back our work in the private while we're private. And we want to continue that engagement with our investors and supporters who, over the long term, understand that this is going to be extremely impactful. So we want to just make ourselves available and answer questions for the hour, as we've done historically a number of times, and it's worked out really well. So we're collecting questions. If people want to send in questions to contact@knightscope.com, we'll get them on the list. And as long as I can legally answer it, most likely I will.
Yeah, that's the tough part for being a CEO of a public company, because you can't talk numbers, you can't talk projections that aren't already readily available to the public. In other words, the whole idea behind the SEC is that nobody gets to know first. Everybody's got to know at the same time. Hey, let's talk about
Thanks for telling me.
I know, Phil. I'm glad. First of all, he's one of the most black and white, buttoned-up CEOs I've ever met, for being so casual and being such a cool guy. He really, I must say, you really do have your game in place with respect to how you're.
He doesn't want one of his robots coming after him.
Yeah, is that how they work?
So that Sully, that press release that you read this morning.
Yeah.
Do you know we went through 17 iterations of that thing?
Just to make sure it's right, correct? Because and that's it, and that's a good lesson about publicly traded companies and forward-looking statements and everything else. Is that this is not just about, hey everybody, we did this cool thing. You got to be really prescriptive.
Sully, I got to mention though, back in my days at Ford Motor Company, I had the opportunity to have the board release $250 million to me to do a roll-up in the used parts industry. So I actually bought 22 companies in 11 months. Yeah. And it was kind of exciting to get back into the
M&A field for you guys, because you've been in the innovation field for a bit. Talk about the fact that we got almost 20,000 police agencies. We got nearly 10,000 security companies, and we have an addressable market that is literally $500 billion if you want to spread it out, so on and so forth. How does this acquisition change things, and how does your future plans change, knowing those numbers exist? If you just captured, a 0.2% of a part of that market, you are a multi-billion-dollar market.
It's real simple, Sully. Recurring revenue for a recurring societal problem. Like, the market for crime is not going to go away tomorrow. And so long as we can continue to build these machines, get our clients engaged, be thoughtful and helpful in reducing crime, it'll all kind of take care of itself.
Bill Lee for president, as I always said. Let's get this, let's get all the pandemic cleaned up. Get you out here, right here. And then we're going out. Hold on. Say that again.
See you tomorrow night.
Yep, pal. I'll call you after the show. It's pinning me down. Well, if I can do it, I'll do it, though. I'm happy to help him. Fantastic guy. All right. That does it for us. Big Biz Show. Jared Coleman is our director. Curtis Mann is our assistant director. Who's our floor director? Is it Jason Banks? Is it David Kamatoy? Is it Chloe Drysdale? Greg Todoroff, executive producer. James East, our music director. His other shirt's at your mom's, by the way. Bianca Zerba Delgado, our producer. And, of course, Devin Doan, our digital live